The Trans-Canada Keystone XL pipeline is a crude oil line that should be looked into further or stopped altogether because it is a very dangerous pipeline. The decision to run this pipeline poses as a threat to agriculture across the wide area in the central U.S. and the Plain States because of possible land leaks that already happen where it's already at. And my three main reasons why it should be stopped altogether and looked more into is because it is expensive and not needed at this time. It will result in higher gas prices for consumers and is a big danger for ag businesses in the Midwest and Plain States. For my first main idea, the pipeline is too expensive and not needed at this time. Paul Blackburn informs in the Star Tribune magazine, a $14 billion cost is what it's about going to cost to do this pipeline. Building pipelines, these kind of pipelines have more than doubled in cost. And oil shippers argue that Trans-Canada should stop because the cost is too high for them too because it's crude oil. And for my second idea, it will result in higher gas prices. Now because it costs so much for oil shippers to build these pipelines, it will cost us consumers more at the gas pumps. And gas prices are already so high, so why would we want to pay more? And a lawyer in the Plains Justice notes that if the economy recovery is slow and or oil prices do not rise, companies will pay years of high shipping, which will be passed down to consumers who are trying to buy gas and get around and live. And Philip from Star Tribune notes that it will be more expensive for farmers, for farm work, and everyone to get around in general. My third main point is it's a danger to ag business. So this is a big area. And Philip also states that U.S. farmers spent $12.4 billion on fuel in 2009. If this pipeline goes through, it will rise to $15 billion or higher in 2012 or 2013, whenever they decide to pass it. And because farmers have to spend more in order to operate the machines and such, food prices will be higher. And certain food is already high now, and the economy is really bad. And it is also a danger to water sources for farmers. If there is a leak in the ground, it will get into crops and damage their crops, and water sources for cattle or irrigation will be bad, and it'll just be a huge mess. And in conclusion, the pipeline is too expensive and not needed at this time. It will result in higher gas prices for us consumers, and it's a danger to ag businesses. So it should be looked into further and possibly stopped altogether to protect our water resources and avoid making our high fuel prices already higher than they are now. So we should consider looking more into it and stopping it altogether. So.